Annihilation is a sci-fi. Sci-fi? Should I call this sci-fi? Sci-fi? I'm going to call it sci-fi for right now. It's directed by Alex Garland. If you don't know who Alex Garland is, look up Ex Machina from a few years ago. That was all him, and he does this one too. It's also based off of source material that I, once again, have not read, and so I am woefully ignorant to the changes that they may or may not have made to the source material in the movie. I apologize for that. I'm working on it. It's something that's popping up a lot nowadays. Everybody just, hey, there's this book, and then there's this movie coming out, and then my dumbass just goes to see the movie, and then people who read the book are mad at me, and they're like, hey, why didn't you mention this about the book? And I'm like, sorry guys. This movie stars Natalie Portman, Tessa Thompson, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Gina Rodriguez, and some other woman that I'm not remembering at the moment, as well as Oscar Isaac. I think the best way to go into this movie is completely blind and not really knowing the whole picture. Because guess what? I've seen the movie a couple of times now, and I still don't really get the whole picture. Instead, what I will tell you is that Natalie Portman plays a scientist, a former military scientist. Her husband, Oscar Isaac, is also in the military, and she gets called to this mysterious station where they're trying to investigate this weird shimmer-like light that has surrounded a lighthouse and is expanding over the environment. They don't know what this shimmer is. They don't know what it's doing. It's this big boundary, this big force field thing that keeps pushing out and getting bigger. So Natalie Portman and a team of other scientists have to go inside the shimmer, and they have to try to find out where the source is, and they have to try to figure out what the hell is going on. Actually, that's a pretty good question. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on with this movie? I think that is a valid tagline for the entire thing. Trust me, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying that as a really good thing, because Annihilation was fucking awesome. I'm going to start with the cinematography, get the easy shit out of the way. The cinematography in this film is beautiful. The movie looks really, really good. That's always a plus for me. I'm always on the lookout for really great movies that are really well shot and well done and well put together visually. This movie has terrific visuals. The production design is amazing. It's almost flawless. One of the things I like that they did with the color palette of this film is that the world that they're entering in the shimmer, or what's behind the shimmer, it's a very weird and unorthodox place. The environment has been changed a little bit, and there's a whole bunch of really weird stuff going on. And I think the color palette really reflects this, because there's a lot of versatile and different looking color schemes that are woven into the environment to really add to the oddity of the situation. I'll also say that the performances in the movie are either good or great. I would say that Natalie Portman and Jennifer Jason Leigh are the two standouts of the movie. It helps that their characters are multi-dimensional. They each have something that is pushing them and driving them. And I think that determination, that resolve, and that multiplicity of their characters really shines through with their performances. But everyone else is really good in the movie too. Gina Rodriguez is really good in the movie. Tessa Thompson, she's doing some interesting stuff in this movie. This movie is kind of a cavalcade of different tones too. It's equal parts intellectual and confusing. It's thought-provoking and yet surrounded with mystery. There's just a lot of really odd, weird, just mind-fuck type of shit that happens in this movie, and there's really no other way to describe it. While this movie did push my brain beyond the limit in terms of trying to figure out what it's trying to say, this movie also might confuse a whole lot of people. This movie doesn't really answer all of the questions that you're going to have. It's kind of open-ended, and it's very, very open to interpretation. You might ask 5 people about this movie. You might get 5 different interpretations of what the movie is actually trying to say. I know that I got different interpretations from some of my friends when we went to go see the movie. I like a movie with that type of ambition, that type of scope. I like a film that trusts the audience to try to think for themselves, try to figure some of this shit out. I like the fact that they don't spoon-feed things to you. They don't give you the easy way out. They present these questions, these really fascinating questions in the movie, and then they just kind of let you figure the shit out. Now, some people are going to be frustrated by that, but again, me, I was kind of enthralled by the whole thing. This movie is like a big salad bowl of different genres. Obviously, you have a big salad bowl. You got your croutons, you got your chicken, maybe some bacon, maybe you throw some cheese in there, maybe there's some tomatoes, you got your lettuce and other veggies also. It's a mixture of a whole bunch of different good shit, and that's what this movie is. It's a sci-fi movie, but at the same time, it's suspenseful enough for it to be a horror movie at times, and then the two kind of blend together to create like a fantasy. So it's like this big old salad bowl of all this awesome shit, topped off with some Italian dressing, because Italian dressing is my favorite type of dressing, and I need the metaphor to have Italian dressing in order for me to eat it. So, Italian dressing. This movie has some interesting questions about not just humanity and human nature, but also humanity's relationship with nature itself. It goes back and forth between the idea of creation and deconstruction. And it asks what the line is between those two. As human beings, are we doomed to destroy what we create? Or, as creations ourselves, who were created by something, either God or whatever you believe in, are we doomed to deconstruct ourselves? Are we doomed to destroy ourselves based on being creations? It's kind of hard to think about. The only real nitpicks I have with the movie is that I think that most of the crew that goes into the Shimmer is kind of functional. It's a very functional crew. I mean, you care about a few of them, but about halfway through the movie, I knew which ones I wanted to live and which ones I'd be like, the movie can kill you now and wouldn't change anything. It doesn't really hurt the quality of the movie or anything. I still loved it, but I can't help but admit that some of the crew felt a little bit replaceable. Natalie Portman shoots a gun at stuff, and yeah, you get a little bit of that excitement, but this is very much a slow burn type of sci-fi movie. Some people might be turned off by that. Some people might want a little bit more excitement to their sci-fi, and that's perfectly okay. But for me personally, I was good with it. I'm just preparing you for that because that's my obligation as a reviewer. Annihilation floored me. Annihilation messed with my head in all of the ways that I like my head messed with. It's a movie that's kind of a coin flip as far as what kind of interpretation you can take from it. I respect the ambition. I respect the craftsmanship. I respect the performances. I respect the cinematography. I respect everything about how this movie was made and the questions that this movie is trying to ask. I'm going to give it my highest rating. Annihilation is Superman Prime sci-fi. This is a film that promotes discussion, and I'm very interested to keep the conversation going. So you guys just let me know when or if you get a chance to see Annihilation, and let me know what kind of interpretations you took from it. Hey guys, so Ex Machina, Annihilation. If you've seen both movies, which one is your favorite? Let me know down in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show. And as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.